checking out this video. This one is going to be another little look at the Well R4 MP7 and just kind of like an update. I've had it for a year and I'm just going to talk about some of the good things and bad things about it that I've learned over the last year, and maybe help if you're considering an MP7, particularly an electric one, maybe guide your decision on which one you purchase. There's a few MP7 options out there. I bought this because it was the cheap one. I just wanted a cheap one to have in my collection. I wanted to see if it was any good, if it was usable, more for a spot filler in my collection. I like Heckler & Koch guns. HKs are cool, and I felt like I should have an MP7 replica. There's several options for MP7s out there at the moment. You've got VFC, do both an AEG and their gas blowback one. VFC ones are fully licensed by Umarex, so they've got all the HK markings on them legally, and they're the correct size. Some of the other ones aren't actually the correct size, including this. The VFC AEGs are an AEG, so they've got a proper AEG gearbox with proper components and stuff. These ones are copies of the Marui AEPs, so they are a little different. They don't have like proper AEG considered components. They are a lot smaller, all the working parts are a lot smaller, the motor's a lot smaller, and you know, you're getting electric pistol performance, so it's not shooting 350 plus, you know, like AEGs do. It's shooting 200, if that. So yeah, do expect that. If you want something that's going to be like a good long range outdoor gun, probably not this. Maybe the Marui. The Marui's obviously better built, better quality. The gearbox is better put together, better shimmed, better tolerances, better air seal. Their hop unit's got the Marui magic fairy dust in it that makes the BBs come out at 250 FPS and go for forever and a day. The Marui one, if you want practicality, but you know, Marui is going to be a better pick over this. As I said, I got this because it was cheap, which was about 100 quid. I also got it because it's the full metal version, which I just found kind of funny. An MP7 shouldn't be full metal. It should be made out of G36 materials, so just high density nylon reinforced polymer. If I ever do want to improve the performance of this, I can, because albeit they're kind of hard to get hold of now, you can find upgrade Marui parts, Marui gearboxes even, like complete gearbox pop unit, barrel, pop rubber, all that stuff. So I think the VFC is around 400 quid. This was 100. The Tokyo Marui was around 250 to 300. This was only 100. I guess this video is just a look at if it was worth it or not. So I used this as my primary for a couple of games. Indoor games, so one like evening session and one full day of CQB, and it was perfectly fine for that. If you want a CQB gun that's just your CQB gun, FPS isn't really an issue. You just want it to feed BBs reliably and just work. And yeah, this was perfectly fine. Did that job really well, filled the role. And now I have it as my backup, so it's my CQB backup, because I know if I'm having gas blowback issues for whatever reason on that day, touch wood, hasn't happened yet, but you know, I know I've got something that's kind of compact and as lightweight as it should be, because it's all made of metal and not plastic, but you know, it's compact and lightweight and portable, like just chuck it in my bag, backup. It's a perfect backup. So yeah, I'm not gonna try and use this outdoors. There's literally absolutely 0 point. It's just good for CQB, and that's it. Don't get one of these and go, ooh, it hardly shoots like 20 feet. It's not supposed to. It's not gonna. It's 100 quid. It's shit. Like, it's not good. I wouldn't say it's accurate past, you know, a room. Yeah, don't be expecting it to do things that it's not telling you it can do. It's a small little AP. It's like, you know those little electric pistols, those little SEMA like electric Berettas and 1911s that look all fucking pissed and dimensionally wrong? It's like that, but it just looks better. It's not great, it's not good. The rate of fire is pretty cool. It's kind of sucks that I can't use it on full auto indoors. I did try and use it in the outdoor bit at the CQB place, which is a bit more longer distance, and yeah, it was stupid. It was so pointless. I may as well have got in there with a rubber dinghy, like tried to hit people with that, because I just wasn't getting close enough to people because it's got no range. Even with the hop on, it's got no range, and if you put the hop too far on, it just kind of like jams BBs. So it's not good. Only for indoor CQB. If you want an MP7 that's gonna be able to work as other things as well, not just CQB, then get something else. Get a Tokyo Marui AEP or gas blowback, or get the BFC AEG or gas blowback. KWA did an MP7, correct me if I'm wrong. WE do their MP7, and they also do their SMG8, I think it's called, which is MP7-ish. It's got a bunch of weird other cosmetic features on it that aren't very MP7, but it's cool. They work, they're okay, they're fairly reliable as far as I'm aware. In my mind, the only two real options are the Tokyo Marui electric or gas, or the VFC electric or gas. I think those are the two go-tos, and it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for like a more realistic size and build and stuff, then the VFC gas blowback one's probably better. But in terms of just reliability and performance, either of the Tokyo Maruis are gonna beat the VFC as well. I've seen the stock Tokyo Marui MP7s outshoot DMR rifles, like AEGs, outshoot DMR AEGs on just distance-wise and accuracy-wise. So I'm just gonna go into how I've set this up to make it as usable as possible. Okay. Optic on the top, big, fat, cheap EOTech. I don't want something that's too expensive on top. I think this was 20 quid, just because even if I have a lens protector in there, on the off chance that it does get shot out, I'm not losing a shit ton of money. We could put a real one on there, that would be absolutely fine being shot out, but I don't want to put a 800 quid optic on a 100 quid gun. The benefits of having like a big EOTech optic are that I can get the reticle really low in the window. The window's big, and I've got lots of parameter room to move the reticle around, so I can get it really low, which is where it needs to be, because this isn't shooting very far, so I need the reticle really low. This is, in my opinion, the only way to run an AEP, and that goes for this one and the Tokyo Marui PEQ Box, external battery PEQ Box. Okay, the Lilacs external conversion kit thing. It just plugs into where the AEP battery that comes with these, plugs into where that goes, gives you a bit of wire that comes out, and you put your battery in here. And I've got one of the flat PEQ Box 7.4 Lipos in here. I think it's 1500 mAh. This has been in there a while. I shouldn't really leave it in there, but I do. It's been in there a while. So it's normally even better than that. It's probably about half charged. It makes it usable. The battery and stuff that comes with these is just not good. You just have no trigger response whatsoever. This, I mean, it started to chug a little bit there, but that's where it's not as charged as it probably should be. Perfectly usable. I've not had it lock up with this setup before. I've not had the gearbox lock up on me. It's almost like it's got a MOSFET in there, but it's not. It doesn't. It's just quite a very short trigger travel. Because of how the MP7 trigger safety works, and it does actually function. You can't pull the trigger unless you're pulling the compressing the middle bit like a block. Because of how that works and how that like kind of gets caught on the receiver. You do actually get like a mechanical sounding trigger reset click. It's quite loud, so you can treat it a bit more like a mechanical trigger, like on a gas blowback or something. So I quite like that about it. Now the magazine that it comes with, the high cap mag that it comes with, is fine. It feeds pretty much every time. The mid caps that you can buy, I think they're made by Mag, and they're for the Tokyo Marui one, but it's literally a copy. They actually have, this is the high cap that comes with the gun, and you can see the detent, the plunger thing here, that get pushed back by the hop-up chamber and allows the BBs to leave the magazine. It's on the other side to the mid caps. When you look inside here, it doesn't make a difference. Like the hop-up chamber is literally just a circle that pushes that out the way no matter where it is. It works better on the mag that comes with it, on the high cap mag that comes with it. Now, if you like high cap mags, that's good for you. You can rattle around like an idiot all day. And I found the mid-cap mags are a little bit fussy with the type of ammo that you're putting in them. They will jam up with anything less than, you know, good high quality BBs, which usually isn't an issue. In most guns you don't really want to put anything less than that through it. But this is just, you know, a kind of a piece of shit 100 quid gun that doesn't shoot .2s very hard. So it's the only gun that I really would consider putting anything lighter in. 2 gram BBs and 0.15 gram BBs. Getting good quality ones is kind of hard because they're really thin and like they feel almost like they're hollow. Those weight BBs. I have found like you can get some good quality ones. I think there's that company Bulldog, or I think are a brand owned by Just BB Guns and Trim-X. I've used those before and they were perfectly fine in it. Got some other ones and they've got like seams and they're a bit misshapen and stuff like that, and they've just been cut off of a sprue thing. They're pretty terrible. They jam up the mags. The mags are really, a lot fussier than the high cap one. They jam up the mags and jam up the gun and stop it from feeding and stuff. So that's a bit annoying. The gun as well, with like anything heavier than 2s, does tend to misfeed and just not feed properly because I don't know why. It's just cheap. I don't know. I'm not going to try and figure out why. It's just cheap. It's just the kind of thing you expect when you buy a cheap gun. I've not had any issues when I've been actually playing a game with the gun, but I've noticed things when I've been at home testing out different ammo and different mags and stuff. So like with all airsoft guns, and especially the cheaper stuff, there are lots of things like that to consider. Just trying to help make you aware of a few of these things before you decide to spend any money on anything. Issues. We've got shitty plastic all over it. So yes, it's all metal, right? All the parts that aren't supposed to be metal are metal. And some of the parts that are supposed to be like metal are actually plastic. So like the mag release is plastic, and on the left hand side it just snapped. So I've only got it on the right hand side now, which is kind of annoying. And then this part of the stock at the back here is meant to be like a nice rubber pad part. It's not, it's cheap plastic and it broke off. So you can see there, it's just kind of snapped off. You can find like replacement stock pads and stuff, but like it's something you've got to pay like the same amount for the part as just in shipping. And for this, I'm not really too bothered about it. I think instead of spending any money improving this, I will eventually just get a good airsoft one. I'll get the Tokyo Marui AEP or the VFC GBB. My grip did used to stay up it did used to stay unfolded until you depress the thing, but now it does move freely. That's an issue I've seen with these well replicas, like both the metal one and the plastic one. I like it because I like having an MP7. I wanted a more usable MP7, as I said. Instead of upgrading this, I will buy a better one. Looking back now, I kind of wish I just bought the Tokyo Marui AEP, but you know, I need to remember like I only bought it because it was cheap. For what it is, what it's worth, and what I use it for, it's perfectly fine. I'd recommend buying it, I guess, if you know what you're getting yourself in for. You're buying a cheap gun, all right, yeah, it's 100 quid. 100 quid is not a lot of money in airsoft. Trust me, it's just not. If you just want a cheap airsoft MP7 to add to your collection and to only use for CQB, this is perfectly fine for that. Expect a low FPS and to find a good source for good quality 0.12 gram BBs or 0.15 gram BBs, just so that people actually feel it when you shoot them. Make sure you're aware that it's not going to do distance in any sense. It's going to do like 20 feet tops before you can't really tell where they're going to go and your accuracy goes out the window. Only get it if you're going to get an external PEQ box and the kit, the Lilacs Conversion Kit, and run it that way. If you're happy with those things, then go for it. Get an MP7, use it, let me know how yours does. As I say, I don't use it very often now. I used it for a couple of games of indoor CQB just to see if it could keep up, and it did, and it was fine. And I had a really good time using it. And now it doesn't get used very often, it's just a good, reliable backup. Not a lot left to say on that, really. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you very much for sticking about. If you like this content and you want to see more of it from me, make sure you like and subscribe, do all that jazz, comment, do all the algorithmy things that make videos like this reach further on YouTube. thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.